Okay, introducing next on my radio show and podcasts, accepting my invitation. We have with me now a female independent singer-songwriter. Thera is joining me. Very nice to have you back with me on my show. Very warm welcome. How are you today and where are you at the moment?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm currently in Edinburgh, of all places, during a schools tour. So
No,
I,
what
I'd love to hear. The view is here crazy. I have to go on a walk outside today.
beautiful part of the world. Never been to Edinburgh, but I hear so many good things about it. And we'll chat more about your mini tour very shortly. But just taking it back from the beginning, really, when did your musical background begin and kind of like your passion for music come about?
So my music passion honestly has just always kind of been there because I've come from a very musically orientated family. Growing up, my uncle is, or well, like was and is in a band. My cousin is as well. And then everyone in my family just plays either an instrument or sings. So it was just something that was around a lot, which is, I think, one of the main reasons why I also picked it up. But I think the passion for songwriting especially happened because during COVID time when everyone was recording the like silly little covers, which I unfortunately did as well. But I kind of realized, music has been this like amazing outlet to me. How about I try to write a song and put into that song the emotions and feelings that I'm going through? And I did that and then it worked. So I kind of just kept on going with it. And it's what I do to now.
Nice. And fast forward to today, one of the reasons I invited you on my show is because you're busy promoting a new single called Rewind. You also released a song called Deja Vu as well. Starting with Rewind, what's this song about?
So, Rewind is about the kind of never-ending toxic cycle of a toxic relationship. It kind of talks about the ups and downs and just looking at the fact that no matter what happens, you kind of keep on going back to that person because you love them. For me, that song, the way that I wrote it, really is supposed to represent either a relationship, if it's an intimate relationship, or if it's just kind of like a friendship breakup or whatever's going on. And I think that it's just like a perfect way for someone to either understand even what they are going through, or just kind of be like, yeah, this is definitely what I did go through with that person, and just be able to relate.
So it's a song the listener can actually relate to.
Yeah, I think that's my number one thing in music is when I'm putting out music, obviously it comes from a personal experience or something that I've gone through myself, but I want to make it relatable to my fans and then be able to kind of see themselves in it, even though I don't like saying that because I don't want them to be like sad or hurt, but we all go through bad days sometimes. So
And with Rewind as well, which is out now in all good streaming platforms, do you feel this song really showcases like your commercial side?
I would say so. I think especially Deja Vu and Rewind, we've kind of started building this new image that I feel really confident in, and that just kind of represents who I am as a person and who I definitely want to be as an artist. So we kind of went from, I wish I called my debut album, which was very like me writing it in my bedroom and just writing about my thoughts, to now kind of looking at the songs also a little bit more performance-wise for stage. So I definitely think that it showcases the new image or the upcoming image a lot more.
And just flipping it over to Deja Vu, could that song be about maybe having a feeling of being in the same place again or a situation?
Yes, definitely. I've had those like deja vu moments a couple of times. I think for me, deja vu, like it has a different personal meaning for me than I think it will have to a couple of fans. But it's just about like realizing, wait, what is happening? Because I did this again. And I said I wasn't going to do this again, but I am doing it again, which I think is really important because a lot of us have those types of moments,
Hmm.
especially for me, like as being 18 and being an 18-year-old and like learning life still.
Of course. And with your new material as well, what was the experience like going into the recording studio?
Oh, it's always been amazing. Actually, my producer is my guitarist who's on my band, Mathieu, and we always have a laugh. We're never not laughing in the studio. So it's always just really a fun experience. But I also think he just understands so well what I want to put into music, and we understand each other so well in the studio as well. A couple of funny moments I've put up on my TikTok because we're always messing around, but otherwise, it's just I really love working with him. I don't think I would even like I would love to work with him for as long as he wants to work with me.
It's good to have that musical chemistry because it just flows, doesn't it? Not many people or
Yeah.
musicians have that.
I think it's also important just because of the personal aspect that I put into those songs that I feel very supported by him and not like I would ever be judged, but it just feels like a good support system to have that that person understands you and what you're trying to put into that song and the feeling that you're trying to represent.
And it must be a fantastic feeling to feature, on playlists and have your music played on radio, whether it's like internet radio or mainstream radio, and reaching out to, the general public.
I mean, honestly, anytime I see like either my face on a playlist or just a song on a playlist that, I've been listening to, for an example, back at home, like New Music Friday for Czech Republic, every time that happens, I take a second. I'm like, there's no way that that's me. Like, there's no chance. I've had a couple of funny moments with my friends actually texting me being like, Sarah, why are you on my playlist? What are you doing? But it's honestly been amazing. I'm just so like grateful for all of the support, especially from Spotify in the past couple of months. And yeah, I just can't wait to keep putting stuff out.
All positive then. And have you managed to release a music video or looking at releasing a music video in the near future to accompany like, Deja Vu or Rewind?
So I actually released two music videos for my debut album, one for a song called Erase and one for Stay, in which those two music videos, we creatively thought of them to like actually intertwine so they work with one another. Which was really fun because I got to experience recording a music video, and at the time I was so in like awe of everything that was happening. And I also just think it's so cool, like how much work actually goes into a video for it to look the way that it does. And we actually did record a music video for Deja Vu, which was also really fun because I got to record it with my photographer who did my photos for the Loreen tour. So we had a little catch-up moment, and we just created this really fun visual music video for that song.
Great. And you released an album last year called I Wish. Was that a memorable milestone for you also?
Yeah, I think, for that album, I Wish I Called for Me always was kind of a way, it was just a therapeutic outlet. When I originally wrote those songs at the age 13, 14, I never intentionally intended for them to be released. So for me, it was kind of like releasing that album, but also closing a chapter in my life and opening a new one, which I think was really nice. So I always have love for those songs just because of what they did for me. And, I'm really happy that a lot of people can, in a sense, relate and that music has helped them get through different bad times, which was the main reason I put it out.
And what musical styles or artists have influenced, inspired you personally?
I mean, since I was a little girl, it's always been Ariana Grande. I love her so much. I think her musical style is crazy and she's an insane vocalist. But in recent years, it's definitely been like a combination of Madison Beer with more of her sadder music, and then Tate McRae with dance. And I'm I don't even have to say which part, but Billie Eilish, like of course. So yeah, but I think it's always just like bits and pieces of stuff that I hear.
Yeah, sure thing. And how important it is for your music to stand out, where be kind of unique, I guess, in a way.
I don't know if I would necessarily say that I need my music to stand out. For me, my biggest goal in my career is to have my music just relate to people. And if that person can find help or what they're needing from my song, then I've done my job. For me, the way that I hope that the music stands out is, or not even stands out, but I just hope that they like it. I just hope that the fans that enjoy it keep on enjoying the future projects. And I honestly just mainly love interacting with fans, especially on live gigs. So I think that's probably.
That's a good way of looking at it. Well answered. Also, going on to touring now, are there any places like in Europe or other parts of the world that you wish to perform at?
I mean, it's of course Prague, Czech Republic. It's just where I'm born and raised, so I can't wait to perform there again. I'm actually am going on a tour in a couple weeks' time. I can't unfortunately mention with who yet, but I will be back all over the UK, which I'm really excited for because a lot of my fan base is here. And I had like the two most memorable tour nights, which were in Manchester and Glasgow with Loreen. So I'm really excited to go back to those places. But honestly, anywhere. My dream since I was little was to travel the world with music. And so wherever I can be, there will be a smile on my face.
It's a good place to be to combine them both travel and music, something you both enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And you embarked on a mini tour of schools this week. Where did the idea originate for this?
So basically, it came from the kind of like live agent side of my team. We actually started doing this in back in January of this year. And it's kind of just a really nice way of connecting with kids because of the fact that I am 18 and I'm similar to their age and just sharing kind of my journey of music and how I've connected music with mental health and mental health awareness. And we've had a lot of fun this week because I just dropped merch over the weekend and we've done little merch competitions, which the kids have adored. So it's been really, really fun, but it's just something special for the kids and also them being able to see like how someone can go through bad days, but that's okay. And something good can still come out of it.
Mm. And do you feel it's still important to teach, school children that music is a good subject to pursue on the curriculum?
I think so. I think, music should I wouldn't necessarily say. I think the most important thing is to not force someone into liking something. I think music, if someone likes music, they should pursue it or they should do it because they enjoy it. But I think, having the honor to go to these schools, which also most of the time have a music program, it's lovely to hear what the kids are doing and kind of whether they're doing classical music or they're working on drums, which my drummer has adored because he's gotten to hear these little stories from these kids. But it's just such a beautiful way of hearing how either they're inspired by what we're doing or even, to be honest, getting inspired from them.
And what strategies or what advice could you give, like the next generation of budding artists, to become successful in their journey, or any goals or ambitions?
I think the one quote that I've like always hold closely while I've been making music is if it feels right, don't question it. If what you are creating, if what you are thinking of putting out just feels right, not letting anyone else's opinions kind of change what you want to do with it because I think, especially with nowadays when music, you're promoting it more through social media, it's important to show your personality. It's important to show who you are because then those people can connect with you. And if you are 100% certain by what you are putting out, then no one can put you down. And that's, I think, the beauty of it. So just being 100% you, being honest, and letting your personality shine.
Great advice. Well done. And
Thank you.
this is, I'm going to ask a question. Where would you like to see yourself in your career 5 years from now? Is it just a case of enjoying the ride and seeing where it takes you?
I think it's definitely like enjoying the ride and seeing where it goes. I honestly like just looking back at what's happened this year, I didn't think that that would have ever happened so early on in my career. I would love to, in 5 years' time, have my own tour, be kind of exploring the world with it. Hopefully we'll be like on, I don't know, album 3, 4, something along the lines of that. But just continuing to push my boundaries, learning who I am as an individual and as an artist. And one of my like life goals is to perform at the O2 Arena back at home. So that would be really, really cool. But those are like little mini goals.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to interviewing you, say in 5 years, if not before, to see how you progressing with your musical journey, and I'm sure you'll get there. And
I'd
just
love
wanted to
that.
ask, besides music, what do you like to do outside of music? Like hobbies or interests. What do you do to unwind?
I mean, honestly, like I'm gonna give you a horrible answer, which is I do music. Just because for me it's always been my hobby. It just recently turned into a career. So for me when I try to unwind, it looks like, I don't know, listening to other music or just trying to write something that I haven't or working on something. But of course, like I go out with my girls back at home. We just like try to have a laugh. I'm graduating this year, so my goal is to mainly graduate. So it's been a lot of studying recently, but I try to have like p bits and pieces of even like watching my favorite Netflix show or stuff like that, just to kind of stay grounded and get a little bit of me time as well.
And what do your friends and family think of, like, your new musical career?
Well, my friends actually, like they're very proud of me, they're very supportive. But what I love about it is kind of they don't mention it too much back at home. So when we go to school, it's kind of like great because I can kind of leave that be for a little bit. But they've been very supportive. Actually, my childhood best friend of It's been 15 years now. She flew out to the London gig for Loreen, which was just crazy having her there because she's genuinely seen me grow for from when we were 3 years old to now. So her seeing me there was just really special. But everyone is really supportive and just yeah, my brother and my dad fight who's the number one fan. That's kind of what happens in the family.
That's lovely, and memories as well you can cherish for many, many, many years to come.
Yes.
And final question, you mentioned there's some exciting news coming up, and where's best for people to follow you on social media, emailing lists, or if you have a website?
It's honestly, it's all of them. I have an Instagram, TikTok, and then we also have a website. There's a link tree that's under my name, which has everything, which I think is the easiest. But for updates, I would definitely say it's Thera Official on Instagram, just because I kind of post bits and pieces of, now that we're on school's tour, like just bits and pieces of our day or stupid stuff, and then I announce most stuff on there.
Lovely. I think that's everything I wanted to ask for today's interview. Also wanted to
Perfect.
say is thanks for joining on, just to find out a little bit more about yourself and your new single as well, which will get played on my sister show, which is the Overflow show now. That's Thera, Thera on today's show, Thera. If you type that into the search engines, you'll come up.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Brilliant.